I'm so excited to have Tanya with me today. And the reason why is because there was one thing that really intrigued me is how she actually brought up life itself, what life is all about, the purpose of life, things that we've learned since we were kids. Having Tanya today is not just about sitting here and talking about random things. It's about sitting here and talking to her about what I heard and what intrigued me about her. There was a time in life when I was young, and I was always told, this is what I was always told: go to school, finish school, be the best that you can be. I think that was the best advice I've ever been given. Okay. Go to school, be the best that you can be. Yes. Finish your high school, get to a point where you're ready. My dad always told me that if you don't go to university, you're never going to make enough money.
So true. They say that you're a failure if you don't go there. It's so true. That's what they say.
You don't go to university, you are going to fail in life. You are not going to get to where you want to be. You are not going to make enough money. And unfortunately, you're not going to be where you are. And it really did. I really thought about that at some point, and then I thought, okay, fine. I did not, unfortunately, go to university. My whole life was all about partying. Honestly speaking, at that moment, at that time, it was about wanted to party. I wanted to make money, and I just wanted to party in my life. So when I finished grade 12, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do a business. I knew I wanted to get into business. That's what I knew. I just didn't know what I wanted to do. So my emotions were all over the place. Okay, I'll be a hairdresser. I can do this, I can do that. Okay, forget the hairdresser. I can go and I can own a restaurant, or I can buy houses and then sell them again. Like I had these little ideas, but funny is it never happened because I never got the help to do it. I never had the money to do it. I just had ideas, never had the idea of actually got to go do it. So I did go into college. I did a few business courses. Didn't go very well for me, honestly speaking. And then my heart led to coming into Vancouver because I used to live in Calgary. So I used to come to Vancouver to do Kwantlen College. Thought that was it. That was my dream. Found some friends. Forgot about school. I think I got kicked out of college after that. Didn't finish off college courses.
It wasn't for you. It just wasn't for you.
All my secrets are being told right now. It's pretty bad. And then after that, I was just a party girl. Always wanted to party. Always wanted to find venture and new ventures, and that's just who I was. That's just unfortunately that's just it. And I'm not saying unfortunately. Honestly, I think it was the best thing I've ever done in my life because now it's not about partying. It's completely something different. I had the chance to do all that when I was growing up, which I'm very happy about. And then after that, I thought, okay, I need to work somewhere. I need to do something with my life. I found this dream man of my life, which is now my husband. Didn't know where he came from. He was this guy that just pushed me, that just brought me into this, I don't know who he was. He just came out of nowhere in my life. And so I got a job with WestJet at a young age. We started as a customer service representative in Calgary. WestJet is an airline. If no one knows about it, I used to work for an airline, a small airline, and then they used to be small and now they're really big. So I worked for 10 years and I grew and grew and grew and grew with them. And I was loving that job, every bit of it. I was making enough money. Actually, my husband was making more than me, but the fun part is we had enough money to do everything we ever wanted to do. We could travel, we could enjoy life. We had a home together. We had bought a condo together. Everything I've ever wanted in life was just to have my own place, was to have a partner that I loved. And it was funny that you say that, okay, if you don't go to university, you're not going to get all the stuff that you want. But somehow in my mind, I knew that I was going to find this man. I didn't know he was going to be my sugar daddy, but he ended up being one. But I don't know. I never knew that was something in my mind. It was just, I just thought I wanted to find someone that loved me for who I was. And I did, and with all of that, I ended up, going through this journey in life with him that I'm ended up in this beautiful place today, finding out that success is not about full on money. And I need you to explain that to me. Because now that I understand that success is not about just making money. It is money, it's not full on money. Explain that to me, because that is what I want to talk to you about today.
Okay. So I can give you a little bit of my experience with that. So growing up, very similar. You need to go to university and, you know, you have to do the going to school, you have to get really, really good grades. And I was the kid that was like, okay, you know, I'm going to listen to my parents, I'm going to listen to my teacher, and I'm going to do that. So I go to school, get really good grades. I remember, I think it was grade 5 or grade 6 or something like that. I ended up getting like all A's on my report card, and I was so happy and everything. And then, you know, when, similar to you, the end of high school, you got to figure out what you wanted to do. And I was always told, like, you know, you got to be a doctor or a dentist or a lawyer or an engineer. And, like, you know, that's where the money is at. So that's what you need to do. And you need to be successful. So you got to go to university, get this good paying job. And then, you know, from there, have your family and everything else. So I just said, okay, I'm going to be a dentist. So I get into school, I go to McMaster University, get in. By my 3rd year ish, I was like, yeah, no, like, I don't like, this just is not for me. Like, I don't want to be a dentist. And everybody around me kind of had that figured out, that they didn't really want to go into the medical field. But it was like, well, what else do I do? Because, like, you know, I can't be a singer, I can't be a dancer, I can't be, you know, an entrepreneur, something that I really want to do, because, oh, that's, you know, I'm going to be broke and bankrupt, I'm not going to have no money, right? And a lot of my friends, they ended up going to plan B, which was like, let's go into business and just work our way up the corporate ladder. And I always thought that, okay, you know, success equals money, it equals dollars. So okay, let me go and I finish my science degree. And then after that, let me apply for all this business jobs. And literally what I did was I pressed Google, best Fortune 500 companies to work for in Toronto, ended up getting a list, and then just started applying with my science degree. And I ended up getting in, and I ended up at one company, didn't really like it. And then I searched up for another company, went there, and I ended up in the CPG industry. And okay, it was okay. It was an entry level position. Then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just keep on working my way up. And what would happen was every year-ish, I would always get this feeling that, like, what I'm doing here just not is it. And I equaled that to making more money. Oh, you know, the reason why I'm not liking this job is because I'm not making, you know, $75,000. So when I reach the 75,000, I'm going to be happy and everything's going to be great, you know? And in my personal life, like on the side, I ended up meeting my now husband. Everything was going good. And I thought, you know, I have all the things, but I don't want to be that person that is just relying on him for money. And I need to be making, you know, the 75 grand, 100 grand when I make that money, that's, you know, things are going to be great. And then I ended up switching jobs. Like, I was at one company for like 4 years. And within that time, I had like 5 different roles. Like, I just kept on moving up, really pushing forward, going up. And then it came to a point where I spent all my time on going to this job that I didn't really like. I was making good money at this point, and I wasn't happy. The money wasn't making me bounce out of bed every single morning. Yes, like, this is great. Like, you know, like, no, I wasn't happy about that. And it made me start to realize that things kind of need to change. And it's like, you spend all your time with your kids, then, you know, the job, and you have no time for yourself, right? And it's like, there's more to life than just this. I'm making money. Yes, I can afford to go on vacations. Yes, I can afford to buy the things and the cars and everything like that, but that's not bringing me happiness. So that's when I started to realize, okay, you know what? There's something else here that I need to look and I need to change in. And it wasn't until I took the Awakeners certification with Jen and everything that I started to realize that I'm looking for everybody else for the answers. I'm looking to my parents, and, you know, I don't want to disappoint them, you know, And then I'm looking to my husband, what do you think I should be doing? I'm looking to everybody else, but really the answers lie within. I need to look within myself and realize, what is it that brings me joy? What brings me happiness? And when I start looking within and I realize one thing I always wanted to do, and I knew from when I was a kid, is I always wanted to help people. But some way along the line, I ended up losing that, and that got lost. And then it just became about the money. And then you start making the money and you're like, well, I'm still not happy, you know?
Happiness comes within. I like how you said,
Yes.
it's not about how much money you make. It's not about how you live your life. It's not about all the achievements that you've made. It's the happiness that you can find within. And I think that is a broad topic itself. Like, how do you look within to find that happiness? How do you
I think
actually look within?
Yeah, I think that's a challenging one to do. I think for everybody it's different.
Yeah.
I know for me, I got into meditation for some reason. I was always like something with meditation, like kind of attracted me to that. And it was just like being in the moment now, focusing in on now. And my head is very chatty, like my brain just chat, 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 chat. And it's like quieting that down and just being in the moment, looking at something to enjoy. Or, for other people, it's just spending time with your kids, just going out and having fun instead of just like worrying about like, oh, the house isn't clean and the dogs and this and that and whatever else. It's just, let's just go have fun. Let's just enjoy life, enjoy it now. Not like, when I make the money or when things are perfect in life. It's about enjoying things right now. Sometimes it's just the small things, you know?
It's so true. There's one thing that intrigued me about life itself is we are humans, we are spirits in a human body.
Mm-hmm.
And what we experience in the world is happiness. But to actually experience the happiness, you need to look within. And when you said that, it's the spirit that's within us. It doesn't matter what you believe in. What does it matter if you believe in God or the universe or however you want to believe it in? We actually do have something very like this energy that's within all of us. And each person that has this energy field, however you want to look at it in that way, needs to feel this calmness and feel this peacefulness.
Mm-hmm.
In order to feel that, in order to bring that into presence, you have to keep it happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And I love how you say that because it doesn't matter how your life goes. Finish school. Yes, great. Got A's all the way. That is absolutely amazing. I'll give you an example of my sister, actually. Shout out to my youngest one, Alicia. She's an amazing person that I look at and I admire. She's the youngest one, yet she inspires me.
Yeah.
She did the university. She went to school. My dad was so happy with her, like, oh, my one daughter went to university. Yes. Like, so excited that she went to university. So she became the dental hygienist.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because though she became the dental hygienist, she loves the position, she loves the job. In her internal happiness, in her life, she's always wanted to help animals.
Mm-hmm.
Always wanted to bring that satisfaction to animals. She wanted to find some way of giving them that joy, giving them that love. And so she's in this position right now, going back to school so she can go and learn how to give or how to care for animals, like a veterinarian, or learning how to do medicine with them, or something that can help them with it. And in
Yeah.
her mind, she's like, I don't want to go back to school, but she does because she wants to do it. And the fun part about it is you can do anything and everything when you go back to school. You can go to university, you can do the things you want to do. You're always going to go back and keep finding that happiness to do more and more and more until you find the happiness with it.
Yeah.
Always going to find something else to do just so that you can try to find that happy moment, that happiness. If I get a bigger house, if I have another car, if I go get my hair done, if I get my nails done, if I go for a walk or anything just to find that happiness. But if you just sit calmly, close your eyes and take that deep breath, a few deep breaths, the answers will come to you.
It will.
You just have to believe. You just have to
It's
believe. I was so excited to hear your story. I remember my life going through that, and it's like, oh, I've always wanted to please my dad. Dad, I
Yeah.
didn't go to university, but I became a holistic nutritionist. Dad, I didn't go to university, but I still became a personal trainer. Dad, I didn't go to university, but now I own a podcast. That making you happy?
Yeah.
Dad, I
No, you're
didn't
doing
go to
amazing.
university, but I have a lot of money. Dad, I promise I'm still very happy, but it was very difficult to understand that. And a lot of right now, when you look at parenting, and a lot of parents that see their children go to university, that's where you're going to get, successful. You're not going to get successful if you don't go and get a degree. And it's so good that you brought this up because a lot of people out there are in the same situation. I don't have a degree. God damn, I'm really happy.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's not all about that. Even like when you're doing something that you don't love or you doesn't resonate with you at all, like when I went to university, I didn't enjoy it. Like it wasn't like I was like I was enjoying going to my courses. Like it was like more so, oh, this is something I have to do. So I'm just doing it, right? This is what I need to do to become successful. These are the sacrifices that I need to make. But it's like I didn't know that other things existed. I always thought it was, oh, you just have to go to university and this is what you have to do. So when I have my stepsons and they're going to school, I want them, yeah, you can go to university, but you can also do A, B, C, and D. You know, what is it that you want to do? What makes you happy? Like my oldest stepson, he wants to be an actor. He loves acting. He like, you know what I mean? And I don't want to tell him, oh, only a very selective few become actors and you're not going to, no, like if you want to be an actor, go and do acting. Go
Yeah.
and do it. Enjoy it. If that brings you happiness, go and do it. How can I support you in that way? So I think people need to know if that's what you want to do it. It doesn't matter what other people say. And I think what's so important is that stop being a people pleaser. Like I like to say, I'm a recovering people pleaser because you're trying to please other people, but you're not pleasing yourself.
I
You
think everyone
know?
does. I think everyone takes that journey, right? Always trying to please other people. And you're not right. You're not wrong. Like I was the same way. I used to always be like, if I do this, will I get likes? If I do this, will people like me? If I do this, will people be my friend?
Yeah.
I used to always be like that. I used to always think like that. What would others think if I did this?
And it's so easy to do that in this society now with like social media, right? It's just like, oh, the number of likes you have determines if you're a good person or not, or you know what I mean? Like, and you're just trying all the time to post things and, oh, this person has more likes than I have on their post. Like, why does that happen? And we just need to be confident within ourselves and love ourselves for who we are. Who cares what other people have to say? And, it's all about you. As long as you're living in your truth, that's all that matters.
Being an individual is very difficult. Being in a human form is very difficult. There's something that I love that you said that because I realized that we are here on our own journey. And
Mhm.
if we don't move and follow our dreams, despite what other people think, we're never going to reach that star that we want to reach. We're
Yeah.
never going to make it to our destiny if we don't keep moving the way we need to move. We are here for a reason. And I believe, if I ask you that question, every human form that's here in this world, what do you think there's one thing that every single person's purpose is in life?
Happiness. You need to be happy. You need to experience joy and just be happy. Be with yourself, be your own truth, just enjoy life. And by you enjoying life, you have so much to give to other people. You know what I mean? And it's just so important to be yourself, be your authentic self, because there's only one you out there. There's nobody else. There's not like duplicates of you. Oh, there's only one you. So just be yourself.
Be yourself. You said
Yeah.
it, like everything, every little bit of it, you said it. Be yourself because that's going to take you to places. The other thing I want to say is those people that are talking about you, those other people that are out there talking about you, let them talk.
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
even know who you are. They don't even want to ask who you are. They're just They just do whatever they're perceiving or they're looking at, whatever they feel about you is they're feeling about themselves. That's why they're feeling that about you. Just let the real people that love you come into your life. They will come and you will know that they're going to be there. Those are the people that you want to make into your circle, bring them into your circle and love them unconditionally, because those are the ones that are going to support you in every direction you go. And I think that's so important to understand. Growing up, be the best that you can be. And I tell my kids that all the time. When you're going to school, be the best that you can be in school. After you've done grade 12, we'll sit down and we'll talk about what is it that you want to do. Then it's your choice. If you want to do university, absolutely. If you want to go to college, go for it. You want to work for a few years, go do what you think is right. You want to go into acting, like you said, go into acting. Whatever it is, just do everything and anything that you want to do, but be the best that you want to do. Whatever you do, be the best, because you're always going to change. Every couple of years, you're going to change. I was a photographer at one point. I worked for an airline. I worked for a phone company too as well. I moved from one place to another very quickly. We lived in a condo before, then we lived somewhere else, and now we live in a house. So it's just, where no matter what we do in life, we're going to transition. But at this moment and at this time, what I've learned from you, Tanya, is do what you love from inside of your heart.
Yes, 100%.
That you love. Yeah, I love that. Tanya, there's a lot of people that are going to be like, hey, I love this Lil. I love Tanya. I think she's amazing. Who is she? I want to talk to her more. There's so much about you that I just love talking about. You have so much positive energy and so much love to give out there. So I'm hoping that I can share that love with the other women that are probably listening here. So how would they get a hold of you if they wanted to?
Yes, no problem. I have lots of love to give. You can reach me on my Facebook page. It's Tanya Shears. So Tanya spelled with Tanya. You can also reach me on Instagram. So Tanya Shears Coaching, and that's the name of my website as well. So just send me an email or DM me on Facebook or Instagram.
Absolutely amazing. I'm going to add all your details into the description below if they're looking for you. I love it. I love you. And I love the fact that, talking to you makes me so happy. The women that I bring into this podcast have inspired me. So I'm so happy to have you here so you can inspire everyone else that's here. It was really nice talking to you. It brought a lot of my childhood back. I remember when I finished my nutrition course, and the first thing I wanted to do was to say it to my dad. I did it. I went back and I did something. What they were always all about, it was still all about having a degree in your hand. And it was never about, being happy that your child has accomplished something so big. So, it is something that I thought I would tell you, because as a child going through it, I know there's a lot of other women that have the same situation. Oh, I didn't go to university. I didn't do my degree. That's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world. You can do that in any time that you want, but do what you love right now. And it's funny. I did it. I did what I loved. So
exactly.
I don't even know how it happened. It was just in my genes. So you just do what you want, but do it because you love it. And
it's what you want.
Life led me there.
Yeah. And it's what you want. It's not what other people want, because their expectations, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's what do you want to do, not what other people want you to do, because that's not going to bring you happiness. And you think, oh, well, it's going to make me grow, or they're going to be proud of me. Well, are you proud of yourself? Is that what makes you happy? Is that what makes you want to wake up each and every single morning and go to work or have that career or that business? And if you say the answer is no, then it's not worth it. It's time to start searching within and find what your real purpose is, what you really want to do and what you love.
Be yourself, be your authentic self. Don't worry about what other people think. Love yourself, love your internal self. Be happy within. Your life is going to be complete. I love it.
100%. Love you. Thank you so much.
You're the best, Tanya. Thanks for everyone that's listening. Thank you. If this really intrigued you, please do let me know. And again, always do subscribe below. I would love for your subscription, and as well, have a wonderful day, everyone.